there's no more room in hell, the dead will listen to Bloodfest, the podcast.
Hello, and welcome to Bloodfest, the podcast. I'm your host, Nate. Y'all know me, know how I earn a living. I'm joined tonight, as always, by my good friend Casey. Casey, what's shaking?
Not much. Just happy to be here on this fabulous Sunday evening.
See, you could make a joke, you could say something relevant
I'm not good with jokes.
All right.
Not tonight.
Also joining me, also as usual, is my sort of friend Josh. Josh, what's shaking, baby?
Hey, I just found out one of my closest friends is sort of a friend.
See, that's why people tune in. It's for the soap opera of it. Also joining me off camera, as always, because if you see him, you're gonna lose control. Your libido will explode. Our director, Joey. Joey, what's shaking?
Well, if I get rid of this hemorrhoid, I'd be great.
Josh, I thought you did something about his hemorrhoid.
Are we getting the dick and the poop joke out of the way?
We're gonna try, yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. So we're joined tonight by the amazing, the extraordinary, the glorious Kolleen Carney Hoepfner. Kolleen, how are you tonight?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So before we get started, can you tell the folks where we can find your writing, podcasting, etc.?
Sure. My writing is kind of all over the place. It's easier just to talk about the stuff that I help run. So I am on Twitter at Kolleen Carney, KOLLEENCARNEY. I'm also on Blue Sky, which, hopefully more people will be on Blue Sky soon. Twitter is just repugnant. I help run a literary journal. I'm the editor-in-chief of Drunk Monkeys Literary. And we have a chapbook press called Cherry Dress. drunkmonkeys.us is the website for that, and all major social media platforms, you can find us there. I have writing scattered throughout. I have 2 chapbooks with very long titles. Really, that's about it. I can't really think. I have a Patreon that I ignore a lot. Patreon.com/ColleenCH. But besides that, I'm around. I'm just around.
But tell the folks about log posting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
God, I forgot my own podcast. Okay. I also, with the guys from Drunk Monkeys, we run a podcast called Drunk Monkeys Logcasting. It's a Twin Peaks log podcast. And someone stole our name a year into it. And there's another logcasting. And I was like, guys. And they were like, we looked. I'm like, you didn't, because we've been around forever. But I kind of just let it go because whatever. But don't really care. But it's just a small little thing where we discuss each episode scene by scene. We are finally on the last episode of season 2. We took a big break at the beginning of the pandemic, and we all are very busy with our lives. So it's kind of hard to do it on a regular basis for us. But we're finally at the end of season 2 and heading into the movie, and then we'll be covering season 3, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So and that is on all major podcasting streams. So just look for Drunk Monkeys Logcasting, and you'll see my face photoshopped on Laura Dern's body, and that'll be the right one.
So I'm excited for you guys to do Firewalk with me, because I know that movie takes heat from a lot of Twin Peaks fans, but I think it is absolutely extraordinary.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So I'm very excited. Plus, season 2 is such a slog.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's there was a tweet going around the other day that was Twin Peaks is both the best show ever and some of the worst shit you've ever seen.
I saw that.
Literally every episode.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, and it's true, because it's really a soap opera, and it feels like a soap opera, which, isn't my thing, but then it's so beautifully weird and bizarre, which is my thing.
It's very strange. Season 2 just makes a lot of really bad choices.
Yeah. I always felt like it got off track a little bit.
Yeah. It did for about 15 episodes. And then it kind of found its way back.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into past season 2 and into the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, outstanding. Well, we
I
asked.
feel like the odd man out here because I haven't seen that.
How have you not seen Twin Peaks?
I know what it is. I know what it's about, but I haven't ever watched it.
Oh, you don't know what it's about. You don't.
You can
Well,
watch
kind of.
season. You start with season 1, and you can follow along with our podcast.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you can listen to us talk about what we thought about each stupid scene.
Sounds like fun.
The first few episodes, we had never done a podcast before, and the first few episodes are very shaky. But around episode 3, we get like real into it, and now I think it's very, very good. So we've been doing it for a few years now.
See, so that's very common. So for us, we were very shaky on episode 1, back when we were called Movies for Guys Who Like Boobies. And but honestly, now after 65 episodes, we're still incredibly shaky. So
Right.
You're fine.
so Josh, real quick, you've seen Twin Peaks, right?
I haven't seen the whole thing.
But you have watched some Twin Peaks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's something. All right. So I'm sure you're all wondering why I called you together tonight. Come on, that's funny. You bastards, I don't laugh at my shit anymore. So tonight we want to talk about a madman of American cinema, Frank Hennenlotter. So, you know what? I'm not even gonna try to say what Hennenlotter is to start out. It's hard to define the type of film that he makes, in my opinion. But what I want to do is, he actually has a relatively small filmography, and I thought we could do kind of an overview and just bullshit our way through what each of us thinks is his best movie or his worst movie. Does that sound like something we can do?
Yeah, I love it.
So, of course, Casey and Josh have never heard of Frank Hennenlotter, and they've never watched it. I know.
I haven't watched all of his films, but I've seen Frankenhooker multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Basket Case multiple times. I don't know that I've seen the sequel though, or the third one.
There are two. Yeah, there.
I love the third one. I can't wait to talk about it. It's like my favorite one.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it, and I know I've seen Brain Damage. I've seen, but I don't. It's been so long. I really don't remember much about it. And I've heard a lot of good stuff about Bad Biology, and I know that they're releasing a 4K, I think, of it soon. I saw that on Twitter the other day. And I did watch That's Exploitation, so that was a documentary that he helped with. But yeah, that's about all I've seen of his stuff.
Josh, where are you on your Hennenlotter Elia?
Well, I'd seen all of the Basket Cases, but until we were talking about this, I hadn't got any more, and I really only had time to do one, so I did Frankenhooker.
That is the choice. That's the right one. If you're only going to do one, that's it.
I think Severin is the one putting out the Bad Biology 4K.
Yeah, I think I saw that on. So Severin's got a whole bunch of new special editions coming out next month, and they're announcing them one at a time and making my wallet cry. And yeah, I believe Bad Biology was one of them. So I hate those bastards. Do that to me. Between them and Vinegar Syndrome, I'll never.
I was literally just gonna say between them and Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, I'll never retire. So,
Nope.
So just to start out to find out if we're all kind of on the same page, Kolleen, what is the best Hennenlotter film?
What is the best, or what is my favorite?
Both. Give us both.
Okay, so my favorite's Basket Case 3.
Okay.
I think, and when we get to it, are we going in order, or am I just talking about it?
We're just gonna just go. This is random.
Okay, so I think so Basket Case 3 is my favorite one. I think the most accessible one as a movie is probably Frankenhooker or Brain Damage. Those are both pretty on par with each other. Those are ones that had kind of like a cinematic release. I remember my cousins going to see them when we were younger. I saw that in theaters, you know what I mean? And it's okay, so that was they were always a B movie type thing.
Yeah.
They weren't in the theater, stuff like that. Whereas Basket Case was kind of more underground or whatever from what I'm remembering. But to me, Basket Case 3 is the best one because it is absolutely insane. And it's just so it's funny. The principal from Pump Up the Volume is in it. She's also in the second one. She's the mutants, kind of adoptive mother or whatever. And there's all these babies, and her son with 6 arms is quipping. He's like, number 5, and I'm feeling alive. Like, oh, whatever. It's so stupid. But like it's so dumb. And I'm like, I always liked the third one, and I accidentally stole it from Netflix. And then I was just like, whatever. Like, I was like, no, I sent that. Like they were like, where is it? I'm like, I sent that back. And they were like, no, this was years ago, of course. Yeah. And I was like, no, I did. And I was very adamant that I did. And they were like, okay. And then like, it was just in my basket thing. And I was like, oh, yeah, I stole it. So, and that was, of course, before, like, it wasn't very easy to get at that time. So it was just like, whatever. But that's my favorite one. It's so goofy. And not a lot of people have seen it. So I'm just like, okay, well, think of the first one and then know that he had a bunch of babies.
So,
whatever. It's very
so
funny.
I do want to say, I want to interject with stealing from Netflix is not a crime. No, it's not even morally questionable. It's fine.
No, not at this point, it's more like you're an archivist.
Yeah, exactly. Still from Netflix. And anyway, today's episode is brought to us by our newest sponsor, Netflix. Netflix, you should steal from them. So, Josh, what's your favorite Hennenlotter?
I'd probably. It's been way too long since I've seen 3, but I think I'd probably agree with that one. I mean, it's either Basket Case 1 or 3. I don't even really remember 2 all that much, but 3 was just so batshit crazy. It's so, like, the first one tries to be a serious movie with no budget, and the third just does not give a shit.
Yeah, well, so Basket Case is, it's sleazy, it's exploitation, but at the same time, it seems like we set out to make a movie, and maybe we're saying something, and by the way, this puppet's ridiculous, right? But by 3, it was just, we've taken all the drugs. There are no drugs left. Let's do it.
We're just doing it.
Casey, favorite?
Definitely Frankenhooker, and it could be because I haven't seen all the rest of the films, but that's the one I've watched the most, and I own the Blu-ray of that, and it's just got a lot of hilarious stuff in it. I mean, the part where she explodes when she's like fighting with the other prostitute was just crazy, and then the ending with he opens up what was his name? Tito, I think. He opens up that freezer, and there's like all these mutant
the smushed together dead hooker puppet. Yeah. I love that. Amazing. Yeah, it's like boobs and a mouth where there should be a vagina, and it's screaming, and I love that movie. I love that movie.
And what's funny too is the lead who played Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Shelley. Which is genius character naming.
Oh yeah, true. But when I first watched it, I absolutely hated the faces she made.
Really?
It actually annoyed me. Yeah, but then after I watched it again and again, it grew on me, and now I love it. I think it's kind of cute. But,
see,
she was great.
What I love about that film is that it really has something to say about the decay of the inner city of New York in the late 80s, and about the epidemic of, well, Josh, you've smoked a lot of crack, so you know what I'm... It's art house cinema. It's talking about something. It's talking about if you want to date. I don't know. Do you want to date?
I think it's the one that most people have seen.
Yeah, it's definitely the most accessible, and it's the funniest, honestly.
It is the funniest.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. I have to say, though, I think Brain Damage is my actual favorite.
I have 2 Brain Damage shirts.
Nice,
so
nice.
I only have one Basket Case shirt, and I don't have any Frankenhooker shirts, but I do have 2 Brain Damage shirts. So I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I like them.
Did you like to be friends with Elmer?
I love him. First of all, one of my best friends is named Brian, so like almost every day I'm like, hi Brian, like, hi Brian. But I mean, I love Brain Damage. I love Elmer. I love when he sings the Elmer tune, and like I sing that like, what makes the gander meander, like it's just so funny. I really, really enjoy that movie, and actually I go to horror trivia every month, and this one that just happened on Thursday, there was a Brain Damage. They played a clip from like the trailer, and you had to guess like what it was, and it was like, oh, right, no, like it's Brain Damage. I know it's
Okay. So for you lucky people, you couldn't hear it, but Joey just ripped the biggest fart in the world, and
that was.
I was trying so hard.
And it's a fucking solid in the air over here. Jesus.
It's funny too because when I go to horror trivia every month, I'm like, can you do a Hennenlotter round for me? And the host is like, every time you ask, I'm gonna not consider it for another month. So this week I was like, look, how about I host a Hennenlotter round? Like, I think that would be really cool. And if I were like more prepared today for this, because I admittedly forgot that today was the 25th.
That's okay. I forget every week.
Yeah, we trivia round, and I would have been like, "Here's the question," but maybe he'll let me like host one. Like,
yeah, that would be
fun. Good at it.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I wish we had some place around here that did like horror trivia, like a bar that did it. I would love that.
Why is it California? We do it every. Come on, do it.
I'll be there. Hey, Joey, check when the next plane out is.
Tomorrow.
So I'll just hop on.
I want to say, I'm pretty sure the Jolly Fox Brewery over in Pittsburgh's done horror trivia night.
Have they?
Yeah, I think so.
Why didn't any of you idiots call me?
Because they do trivia
No, I
nights
think we
every
mentioned
week.
it. I think we talked about it in chat a long time ago I think Joey posted it.
Because
was I high?
I was wanting to do it. I think
Maybe.
you said let's do it.
Okay. I don't know. I was probably high. You guys know me. I'm probably high. Brain damage and stoned. That's me. So.
Well, at least you haven't ended up on the floor yet.
That was not my fault. One night when we were getting ready for a podcast, I tried some new edibles, and they were A, a larger dose than I am used to, and B, just a stronger strain than I am used to. And I didn't realize it was affecting me, but I passed out just as we were starting and slammed my head on a table on the way down. It was great. I finished the show. Well, Casey mostly finished the show. I sat here and like shook and went, I don't know what's going on.
I can't take edibles. I can't take anything with like pot in it. I'm such a nana.
Oh.
I'm like, it's never been good for me, like ever.
I agree.
But then you should maybe try super crack.
So
yeah, maybe if I don't explode.
Yeah.
I did microdose like last week though, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good for just making you feel better about life.
Yeah, well, I was working on a book, so I was like, I'm by myself.
Oh, that reminds me, is the book done?
No, did you see that post?
No.
Oh, the guy that I named the book after, I texted him a picture, and he was like, "Is it done?" I'm like, "No."
Hey, Joey, this computer's gonna go to sleep if we don't plug it in. It says.
Uh-oh.
Where's your? You say we're fine?
Yeah, we're fine.
He says we're fine. All right, never
Let it
mind.
ride.
Let it ride. Double down.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
All right, so back to Hennenlotter. See, I always forget what we're talking about too. What are you drinking?
Kombucha.
Oh, okay, kombucha.
Trying to get them to sponsor me on TikTok, but they won't.
See, I'm drinking Life Water. I don't know why it's Life, and I think that it doesn't have an A because legally they can't call it water. But
oh,
I don't know.
really? Is that it?
I have no idea. I'm just like.
I was drinking this like powdered stuff because I hate regular water,
Uh-huh.
and then my son was like, "Jake Paul makes that stuff," and I was like, I didn't know it. Or Logan Paul, both of them made
One
it.
of the
And I was like,
Pauls,
I didn't know that. Ew,
Wait.
I wouldn't have bought it.
Which one? Wait a minute. Hold on. Which one's Logan Paul?
I don't know. They're both like assholes, though, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I
Their
can't.
names, and I was just
can't
like, why
remember.
would I be drinking their like hydration beverage? So,
One of them's like a big MMA fighter now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that makes sense. It's like a hydration thing. So that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Whatever.
People. So anyway, Frank Hennenlotter. Have any of you guys ever watched an interview with the man?
I have.
He's-
not many of them.
He's normal. He's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like a regular person, and I don't understand that. I mean, so like, we've met Lloyd Kaufman and had a very good conversation with him, and we're actually gonna be with him live at the Alamo Draft House presenting Toxic Avenger. Oh yeah, we are. I can tell you, I will probably die immediately after that. But Lloyd is, when you meet him, he's exactly what you'd expect. He's a loud, boisterous, wacky guy, and you're like, yeah, that's definitely the guy who did Toxic Avenger, right? But you look at Hennenlotter, it's like, I can't swear that this guy made the movie with super crack. I don't know how that works.
Well, he grew up around 42nd Street, so I think that's probably a lot of it. And I can't remember what he did, but he started, I think he worked there, or I don't know, somewhere around there. And then he ended up making a short film that actually got played on 42nd Street. So I think maybe that's why, just because he kind of grew up around all that sleaze and grindhouse stuff.
That makes sense. I wish I'd grown up around sleaze.
All of his movies are definitely like love letters to like inner city stuff. Like,
stuff, yeah. Well, in Basket Case, the shots of 42nd Street and Times Square, it's loving. I mean, the cinematography there is different. It's loving. It's like, look at this beautiful thing. And honestly, it is beautiful, and it's kind of sad when you go there now. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's all Disney-fied.
Yeah, I would have loved to seen that and live around that area in that time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the grindhouse theaters, the prostitutes. It's got it all.
Yeah. Yep.
The drugs. It's everything you need.
But yeah, when I watched Frankenhooker again, I think this is probably like the 5th or 6th time I've seen it. I watched the Joe Bob Last Drive-In episode with him because he was on it during the entire showing of it.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, he had a lot of good stuff to say.
That'd be pretty awesome. I need to go back and watch that. So I don't watch every Joe Bob episode. A lot of times I will skip the ones if it's a movie that I've seen 100 times and that I own. You know, I always want to see when he's pulling out something I've never seen before. Although honestly, that can be a bad idea because he showed things.
Yeah, that was bad. And then he showed this past weekend with Sharknado, and I have somehow never seen that.
I will hear
not somehow. It's sci-fi. That's why I haven't seen it.
I will hear no bad talk of Sharknado.
It's fun.
Yes.
There was some fun stuff in it, like the whole scene at the end with the chainsaw. And that was pretty good. But
everything about that movie is wonderful.
Too much CGI, too much bad CGI.
Oh, it looks terrible, but that's on purpose. I mean, does it look? You've seen Birdemic.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Well, see now, it could have looked like that. It could have looked like that.
I mean, it's hilarious. I watched the Riff Tracks version of it.
Yeah, that's the one I watched too. Yeah.
My nephew, who was someone I trusted prior to this moment,
Crack.
super crack, yes, but he told me that I have to see this movie, that it's a wonderful movie and that it's up my alley and I'd enjoy it. And I knew nothing else about it, found it, watched it, and immediately went and told him, you're not my nephew anymore. We're done. I have to turn my back on you. I'm like Paulie in Goodfellas. Here's some sweaty bills. I'm turning my back on you. Except without the money.
Was it worse than Terror at Bloodfart Lake, though?
No, nothing's ever been worse than Terror at Bloodfart Lake.
That one is
so bad.
rough.
Oh, Jesus.
That flapper girl in there, like, I've never wanted to hurt somebody so bad.
Oh, but you should watch Return of Bloodfart Lake.
No,
that's fine.
No, what was the other one?
She was killed in the first one, so how's she in the second one?
They're all in the second one.
Wait a minute. No,
That's the
okay.
magic of movies.
Right.
But, you've seen, like, all the Jurassic Park movies. People come back in those.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the fucking crocodile that had a virgin birth?
What?
You know what? I think I did see something about that.
This female crocodile has been, for many, many years, alone in an enclosure by herself. She laid her eggs, and they hatched. Yeah, she's...
Isn't she a lizard? Can't lizards do that anyway?
Apparently some, yeah, but I don't think crocodiles are supposed to be able to. So,
What is that called? Like parthogenesis or something?
Yeah. Parthogenesis, yeah. Yeah, so Josh, how often do crocodiles, like, turn hermaphroditic and impregnate themselves?
Usually around every 6 to 8 months, or when Bud Light goes on sale.
No, you
I
bastard.
don't fucking know. That's not even a thing.
Apparently it is. So you know, they're turning the frogs gay. Have you heard about this?
Let's not go there.
You know what's funny about that? It's like, who cares? Like, who cares if the frogs are gay in the first place? Like, why is that?
Well, some of the frogs might care.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Earl, what the fuck?
get off me.
I don't understand why people care about most things they care
No.
about, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I could not possibly care less about this.
Okay, but wait, this I finally got my $1 billion idea. Frog grinder.
There you go.
Yeah.
Riveter. We'll call it riveter. Riveter. Yeah. So the gay frogs can
I want
get
to
it.
know. I want to know. Speaking of like grinder, like when did it become like like I think Tumblr might have been the first one where they take the E out.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Like,
fuck that's
everything
about.
is like that, and it's very annoying. to
Yeah,
me.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Sound like a grandpa, but like I'm like, okay, there's a Grinder, Tumblr.
Yeah.
Like you'll see all of those things, and it's like Fiverr or whatever, and I'm like,
Is Tinder? Does Tinder have an E, or do they?
It's got
Tinder
Does
does
that-
have an E.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Tinder's doing it okay.
They're just like, we're not
Tinder's
doing
doing
that.
okay.
We're
So
not-
the, you know what? What else gets me is fucking Apple, uppercase second letter. It's the iPhone and the iPad. I hate them. I hate them.
Annoying. And
Yeah.
there's like a word, I forget what I type on my phone, but it like automatically makes it say that.
Oh.
But it's not like an Apple, like it's just like just capitalizes the P or whatever it is. I'm like, why? This is not an iPad, like an Apple product. Why is it doing that?
Ah, fucking Apple
Let's
jobs.
talk more about annoying stuff that annoys us.
Yeah.
And another thing. That's something to say.
So have you noticed that they've reduced the number of nuggets in an order?
What, for
What?
what?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
for who?
I don't know. I just
Oh, you know what? Actually, what I just referenced Strangers with Candy, and I think
Yeah.
you saw my tweet where it said that like Gen Z is discovering.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for that.
Yeah. Well, next they'll all find the Mighty Boosh and Kids in the Hall and the State.
See, I didn't watch
Yeah.
the Mighty Boosh, but Kids in the Hall, maybe the State.
Yeah.
The State is the reason that Fritz and I are together.
Are you serious?
Well, it's like the thing that like we first bonded over in 2005.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
it's just
awesome.
like, and I actually ran into Ken Marino at the supermarket not that long ago, and I was like, I just want you to know that like the State is like one of the first. And he was like, we actually went into making the State to get you and your husband. So I'm so glad that like to hear that worked. And I was like, he was buying like
The whole plan came together.
It was pretty cool. So anyway, but I'm so psyched. I'm like, yes, they should be watching Strangers with Candy. Like,
Yes.
that show is amazing.
Yes.
They should be watching Hennenlotter.
Yes.
I discovered that next.
So so let's talk about this. What's that guy's name again, Josh?
What guy?
That we're gonna talk about.
Frank Hennenlotter.
Thank you. Josh is over there like, I don't know. Are we talking about something?
Have you guys seen? Have any of you seen Bad Biology? I'm just
No,
curious.
it's like the one I have not seen.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how is it? Is it?
I love
good?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The very first line of it is, I was born with 7 clits.
Okay.
All right.
That's going to be one of the trivia questions I come up with.
That
What's
is
the
a
first line of Bad Biology.
that is an amazing first line.
So basically, it's this woman, and she was born with like 7 clits, and she never stops orgasming, right? And she's just trying to find this like guy to love her, and she like keeps fucking these people, and she becomes pregnant right away, and just like leaves the babies everywhere. Like it's like a super fast, like like she becomes pregnant. By the time she leaves the apartment, she's like dropped the baby off somewhere.
Oh, good
And
lord.
then the guy has this like monster, like literal monster penis that detaches itself from him and like kills people. And it's this whole like, well, can they find love with each other sort of thing? And it's just insane.
Yeah, that sounds nuts.
Really crazy. And it's very like very exploited. It's like exploitation film, but it's kind of new. Like it only came out, not that long ago. and like 2009 or something like that. Yeah. And it's kind of like too polished looking for me. Like I do like it, but like it's not like gritty the way Basket Case is or anything like that. And I kind of wish he'd been like, I want to film this on the shittiest camera, because there is kind of some like the monster penis is a thing, and like there's a lot of like sort of you know, like practical effects type stuff that like he probably needed money for. But I wish it had been filmed very gritty. If I recall correctly, it's been a while, but there's one point where she like hires a guy to like go down on her or something, and he like looks in, and of course you can see it's like a camera view from the inside of her vagina, and he's like, no, and she's like, like, and it's very funny, but yeah, I like it a lot. It's definitely worth watching. Like if you, I don't know, if you don't want to buy the I'll probably buy the 4K because I love him, and I just want it. I don't buy a lot of physical media anymore, but if I can, like I bought the Showgirls. Vinegar Syndrome thing. Like,
I think everyone here got that, right? Don't we all have it?
Yeah.
I have like Psycho Gorman, and I have the whatever it's. I want to say UHF special WNUH.
Yeah,
WNUH. Yeah, which is like the Weird Al. but like I have those on physical media, but I will buy Bad Biology. I think it's worth having, even if it's just to finish a collection. You know what I mean?
So wasn't there a Dean Koontz novel with a dude with like a demon penis? Am I nuts? Does anyone remember that?
No. Maybe I'll look it up while you talk.
I feel like there was.
Dean Koontz.
I feel like there was one.
Penis. This could be good or bad. The Bad Place. This guy was born with 4 testicles and no penis.
No, that's not it.
Wait. What's this? Oh, what's this? Okay, keep talking and I'll...
Okay. So, hey, Josh, who did the song Detachable Penis?
That was King's X.
Hey, Josh, what's the middle name of that dude on that show you watch? Why can't I hear Josh? We don't know? Okay. Hey, Josh, anything you say it to Casey, and Casey will say it to us.
Yeah, can you hear me, Josh? Yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear. Okay, we've lost Josh. The rest of us will keep talking now.
Okay, well, there is a book called The Cellar that has some sort of penis situation happening. But you might be thinking of The Bad Place by
that might be it.
Born with 4 testicles and no penis, and I believe King's X is the detachable penis people. I think they're the band that's saying detachable penis.
Penis monster and detachable penis. They all go together. It's a Hennenlotter kind of Christmas.
I thought of that song when I was watching it. Like, I was like, oh, it's like that song from the 90s. Bad Biology 2008. So yeah, it wasn't too long ago, but and he hasn't done anything since. Like I would love. I said this the other night after trivia. I would love one studio to just give him a monster budget and just be like, look, go out with a bang, do whatever. Like a The Flash level budget. Like, and just see what he can come up with.
There's no way he could do worse than The Flash.
I won't see The Flash.
No, I will never. No, I will
never.
I
need to know about it.
So here's the deal: is I will at some point find a way to get a copy that I did not pay for, and I'm fast forward to Keaton. Yeah, I'll fast forward to the Michael Keaton stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Keaton.
Yeah, 100%, Josh. We have to see Keaton.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. Just a couple of YouTube clips is all I need.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that in this one, Michael Keaton finally does the nude scene I've been hoping for for all these years.
I would pay money to see Michael Keaton make it.
I cannot tell you how much I would pay. I am not joking.
The other day.
That's Batman.
The other day after trivia, we were at the bar, and my friend couldn't remember Kendall. He didn't watch Succession, so he's like, "What's his name?" Like, the guy in Succession, Kendall. And I was like, "Yeah, like Jeremy Strong." And I said, "I would," and he went, "We know."
No, we know.
I didn't have to finish the sentence. I was literally, I'm like I would risk it all. There's so many celebrities I would risk it all for. Michael Keaton being one of them.
What? But okay. But why is the Culkin kid kind of sexy now? What's going on with that? What is going on? Yeah, I don't know what's up.
Well, you know, and he hits a lot of. He's very self-deprecating and very.
Well, yeah.
The sadist and the, you know, like I mean the masochist in the sadist relationship, and I'm like, why identify with that? So like. Yeah, like it's great. I don't know, but like I've never found a Culkin to be hot.
Yeah, no, that's not right. That's not something that should happen. Yeah. No, his brother. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, but anyway,
Joey's over here like Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay? No, we're not talking about Macaulay.
Like I would just love if like you know Universal or somebody just was like here's $200 million, Frank, and before you go. Let's like see what you can do with it. I would just love to see what he would come. Like, is he thinking of new movies? Like, or is he just like, I'm done. Like, I haven't done anything since, and that was kind of it. I just want to be done now. If he wants to be done, great. But I don't want him to be done.
We should do a GoFundMe. We should do a GoFundMe and raise the money for Hennenlotter to make his final masterpiece.
He's like, He's like, why are you doing this? I don't have anything.
Right.
I'm like, no, you
no ideas.
You have to now. We raised the money.
Yeah, we raised some money.
He is 72.
What are we supposed to do with all this money?
So he's probably just reeling in his retirement.
I don't.
Speaking of which, hey Josh.
Yeah.
Do you still have that Macaulay Culkin poster above your bed? The one of him in just his underwear. Do you still have that?
Oh, from that perfume ad?
What the shit?
He's like,
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot and embarrass you.
Look, your wife showed it to me.
Who do you think's paying the damn thing?
Maybe, okay, look, if he doesn't want to write a new movie, I'll write it for him if he directs it.
There you go. There you go. Hey, somebody get Hennenlotter on the phone.
That's the thing, like, can I write him a letter? Does he have a P.O. box?
Hold on.
He might come on our podcast. Reach out to him.
I will. So here's the deal. So I pay for the IMDb Pro, so I can get like, for some people, I can get like contact information or at least contact information for their agents. So let's see what's listed for Frank Hennenlotter.
What if it's just like his home address? Like 3 Washington Ave.
We'll just show up, knocking on his gate.
Hennenlotter, there you are. Where's contact info? Let me in. Yeah. Continue with mobile site. Oh yeah, I've got an email account for his agent. So
there you go. Okay.
We'll get in touch with him.
Send it to me.
I will send it to you. Listen, I'm telling you, the IMDb Pro is great.
Can you fix Lita's name? I think it should be. It used to be on Fuller House, and then it like wasn't. And I was like, I'm not paying to fix this.
They took her off the credit.
Somebody put her on, and then like I think it's supposed to just be like if they're like like you know like she was just like technically an extra or whatever. But
okay.
I don't know. She was there and then she wasn't, and I was like, I'm not paying to fix this. Like I don't care about this.
I'll see what happens if I try to add it back in. I'll see, because it lets me make updates to some stuff.
Yeah, I wonder. It was there. I haven't checked in a long time, so it's fine.
Well, let's go see Fuller House.
Fuller House.
Hey, by the way, hold on, because at least 2 of the guys in this chat will, they'll need new pants. So, you knew Bob Saget.
Well, I didn't know him, but
you spent time with him.
My daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter was the baby on the last season of Fuller House. She was one of 2 kids that played her because legally they have to have 2. And the first day that she was there, he held her. It's actually for a while she was the like title card when you're scrolling through Netflix. It was Stephanie holding her, and I was like, "That's Lita. That's crazy." But I remember they handed her to him, and they were like, "This is Lita," and he went, "Hello, Lita. You are very beautiful." And I was like, Bob Saget called my daughter. And then I have this awesome picture from when they were filming, and it's him holding her, and like they're all looking at her like, oh, it's the new baby in the family. And I have it framed on our wall, but my husband posted it on his Instagram because I didn't tell anybody she was going to be on it. And his friend was like, I'm sorry, but what the hell is happening right now? More baby? He was like, yeah. But it was, so, I mean, like, I didn't know him, but, like, I did meet him and talk to him quite a few times and stuff. He was very nice.
Well, see, here's the deal. So Josh never got to meet him despite stalking him for over a decade.
Oh, interesting. So, wait. So, not to be too morbid, but Josh, where were you when he hit his head? Because I know there was a lot of chatter amongst the QAnons.
Oh, God.
About nobody should hit their head and die.
Right.
That's never happened.
Dude, I get so sick of seeing. So I'm on TikTok all the time. So I have my midlife media TikTok and Instagram. So I'm on there and I'm seeing all that Titan sub stuff constantly.
Oh yeah, they're awful.
So everybody's like, yeah, this was a this is just a
like they're like on an island somewhere.
Right. Yeah. This is just so you're not paying attention to everything else going on in the government and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
so many 19-year-olds love to fake their own death.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It
and
makes
not just
no
like
sense.
hang out and smoke pot with their friends, which is what my 19-year-old does.
Yeah. Anytime some big thing happens in the news, it's like a huge crazy conspiracy.
Yeah. You know what's funny on TikTok is I cannot stand the people who are like, this Britney Spears is not really her anymore.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm like, I don't know how many times I have to tell TikTok, I don't want to see this. Like these people are all insane people. I don't care. There's a lot of good horror people on TikTok.
There is, yeah. I follow just a ton of horror accounts.
I don't know if you guys follow Josh Levesque, but I actually followed him, and then he lives kind of near. He lives in Long Beach, which is like an hour and a half away from me. But I started following him, and I was like, "Oh, you live near me." And then I saw him at a convention, and I was like, "Josh," and he was like, "Oh my God." And my friend was like, "How do you know him?" I'm like, "I follow him on TikTok." But now, like, he and I are like really friendly. Like we like
That's
follow
awesome.
each other and stuff, and talk a lot. And he's always like, "Check out this movie. Like, I love this movie." And it's always stuff kind of like Hennenlotter stuff, like stuff that maybe like not so mainstream, that like people who are trying to kind of edge into being horror fans. It's just good rags, you know what I mean? Like, hey, watch. Like, I watched Happy Death Day the other day
that's
because
fun.
he was like, I loved that movie, and I was like, I never watched that, and I was like, I have some time to myself, and I loved it. I thought it was so good. So
It's great. Yeah, and I thought the sequel was good as well. Honestly,
I watched that last night. I didn't like it as much, but it was really competent.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a trilogy, but they
I think the pandemic kind of like I know he pitched it successfully, and that was the last, because I looked it up last night, and but like pandemic stuff happened, and then it's like and now nothing's happening anyway. So but you know what else is a great sequel? Basket Case 2 and 3.
I'll check them out for sure.
I don't know how you've not seen them.
It's like love interests, other mutants having sex with other mutants, having baby mutants, a loving grandmother type character who was the bad guy in Pump Up the Volume. It's great. Why do I know this woman? She's so familiar. And then I was like, shit, she was in Pump Up the Volume, one of my favorite movies ever. So,
yeah, that movie's kick-ass.
That movie is kick-ass. You know what pissed me off about that movie? I bought the soundtrack to that movie. And I bought it.
I was on the Soundtracker podcast talking about that movie.
Okay, so, but in the movie, it is Leonard Cohen singing Everybody Knows. But on the soundtrack, they don't have Leonard Cohen. I don't. My CD only came with
because there's a different Leonard Cohen song on the CD.
Yeah,
They go with the Concrete Blonde. Everybody knows.
Yes,
they do both. Everybody knows in the movie.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted the Leonard Cohen.
Just buy the CD. It's like on the CD. It's not hard to find. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
I felt tripped when I got it home.
Yeah. Great soundtrack.
It is a great soundtrack. It's a great movie. It's a great movie too.
Great movie. It's one of my favorite movies. So it's good.
I always wanted to have a pirate radio station.
It sounds so cool, right? And then at the end, they all have one, and I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose. But okay. I love that they're like he's just like, sometimes kids are depressed, and they're all like, the FCC needs to shut this shit down. And now you have like, it's like, here's that literal hate crime happening. Like, it's just like so funny. Like, these aren't real problems. Like, leave the guy alone. He's just, and also, it's like, I'm sorry, not to talk about like pump up the volume. I know this is a horror podcast, but
It doesn't matter. This is what we do. We go off the, we talked about Jim Varney for like an hour.
He's like, I have a secret radio station, like from my CB radio. And then like his parents are like, well, Joey likes to talk to people on his CB radio, but I wonder who this radio guy is. It's like,
Yeah.
It's taking them 10 minutes to be like, oh, it's definitely our son doing this.
Yeah.
Depressed kid with the CB radio. He's the only one in Phoenix.
It's just like that Simpsons episode when no one can figure out who the beer baron is, and Homer's just wheeling the beer across town in front of everybody.
I love that episode. I love when they're exploding and he goes, must have been that bean I ate.
Yeah. Oh my.
Kaboom, kablowy. It's so stupid. What a great episode. But yeah, anyway, so Frank Hennenlotter.
Frank Hennenlotter. Josh.
Technology. I think you would like it.
I've got to. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm waiting on the 4K. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
weird
don't know
too
that I'll.
because-
I was
No,
gonna
go
say I
ahead.
don't know that I was gonna say I don't know that I'll buy the 4K because knowing Severin is probably going to be $55.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Four Flies. It was.
Yeah.
I think it was 55.
Yeah, but Four Flies is a little more obscure though.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny because like she has 7 clits in bad biology, but they're like inside her, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, that wouldn't. Wait.
I mean, maybe just for like, freak, like, like structure or whatever. But like,
Right.
like does Frank
Have you-
know that?
Have you guys seen that movie Teeth?
Yes.
The girl
Yes.
who has
With
teeth in her
vagina dentata. Yeah.
Good one. I like that one. Yeah,
My greatest fear when I was like 14.
it's not a real thing.
No, I know.
Remember the first time someone like mentioned that to me? I'm like, that sounds stupid. Like, why would people think that's real? Like,
Right.
So, but yeah, I love Frank Hennenlotter. I love any movie like that, and it's just funny because it's like I have such a strange relationship with body horror.
Mhm.
So like I can't do certain types. So like I can do these types of books. Like I can do bad biology, or I can do basket case or whatever. But I can't do like Tusk.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I had like a legitimate panic attack watching Tusk. I was like, shut it off. I don't like anything where somebody's like kidnapped and then like their body is changed against their will, like a human centipede.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking.
But the fly doesn't bother me. I guess it's because it's not really.
It's about consent.
Well, yeah. The fly is funny because really it like boils down to like you should become a fly too so we can fuck longer. And I think it's very funny.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's
flies
true.
have sex for like hours, and it's like, okay, but humans could too. Like you didn't have to do that. But I want to break up. So, but it's just so funny, like certain body horrors, I just can't. Like Titan, like or Titania, or however you say it, Titan.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say
Yeah,
I'm saying titanium. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's Titan. But that movie I liked, but certain parts of it I was just like, this is too body horror-ish for me.
So I enjoyed it a lot. I liked her. I liked her first film, Raw, a lot better.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I love Raw. I love Raw.
Great.
Yeah, and Raw has some actual moments that made me just go, oh, God.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's
That's
a lot,
why I'm kind of avoiding it.
Yeah.
I did Titan with a double feature of that and Crash.
Oh, I love Crash so much, and that is a good double feature.
I love Crash. So.
That
Yeah,
is
it was good. I did both Christine. So the Christine, the horror car movie, and then Christine, the Christine Chubbuck movie.
Yeah.
It got so weird tonight.
That's
with the Christine. So 2 radically different movies.
Yeah. And you were talking about the crash where they're crashing cars, then they have sex. Right?
yeah, Cronenberg. Yeah.
Not the other Oscar-winning.
Why would I watch that?
Not the Oscar bait garbage.
Yeah.
That movie's terrible.
Oh God, it's like the worst. It's like the most simple-minded view of race.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like, but what if we're all the same inside?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work. That's not how it is.
I see why people don't like it for sure.
No, it's terrible. But the other, I see why people don't like the other Crash.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen that one years ago when it was. It was okay.
Oh, it's awesome.
One of my favorite movies ever. I identify with it a lot. So it's very plus it has young James Spader. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, Holly Hunter. Oh, Holly Hunter. Yeah. So I'm a huge Cronenberg fan. I don't view any of his movies as a miss. Honestly, they're all hits.
I like them all. I didn't love Crimes of the Future. Is that what it's called?
Yes. That's the
one. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either, though.
Yeah. I liked it quite a bit, but I liked it for specific things. I'm gonna blank on her name, and I've actually become a huge fan of her. And the Twilight Girl, but that's not what she's remembered for. Thank you. She should be remembered for Personal Shopper.
She's moved beyond that.
Oh yeah, so much. Yeah. Have you seen Personal Shopper? Personal Shopper is amazing. Yeah. No, but anyway, I was gonna say honestly, I thought her performance was amazing in it.
Oh, everyone was great in it. I just didn't care much for the movie. No. But I think if I watch, but I did say, did you ever play Stardew Valley?
No.
Oh, okay. There's like a video game, and there's this like Krobus is his name. There's this like he's like lives in the sewer, and he's like a dark entity, but he's like nice. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look at like Vigo like in the corner. He looks like Krobus, and I think I actually on Snapchat like did like that shitty cut and paste and stuck in the start.
Nice.
Like creeping like that. I didn't care much for it, but I thought it was a very good movie. I just didn't care much for it. But when it comes to Cronenberg stuff, like that's body horror I can deal with.
Yeah.
Like I love the Brood. Brood's
oh God, I love the Brood. Yeah. Videodrome is in my estimation unparalleled. I love that movie so much.
Cronenberg rarely misses for me. Yeah. I even love like that Madame Butterfly.
Yes. Yes, me too.
I saw that. It's so good.
Yeah. It's called M Butterfly. His non-horror films like that and Eastern Promises and A History of Violence are absolutely amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about The History of Violence is my cousin took my aunt to see it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know, it's Mother's Day or something," and then he was like, oh, "Okay, they're just straight up going at it on the stairs." That's not. Needed to watch with my mother on this day, but it's just like okay. But I mean, I watch Kids with my dad, so like.
We were just talking about that one. So I was thinking about ordering that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
We rented it, and it was one of those like, oh, just rent this. It's out, and like we didn't know what it was about, and then we just sat there like, and then at the end he was like, "Can kids really do all that stuff on skateboards?" And I was like, "Yeah, they can." And he was like, And then that was it. We never talked about it again. And every time I tell that story, people are like inwardly cringe. They're like, I was like 13 or whatever.
Let us never speak of this again.
It's fine. It is what it is.
Don't do it, Casey. That movie's not good. You shouldn't buy it.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen it several times.
And Harmony Korine is just awful.
Yeah, but he didn't direct that. He only.
No, I know. He only. Yeah, I know.
You're trying to tell me that Gummo is not good?
Gummo is annoying.
I was trying to think of the name of that one.
Gummo is annoying.
The bathtub scene is just like one of the worst things I've ever seen.
My daughter had a bath bomb, and it was like rainbow. And then, like, of course, like, you mix all the colors up and it turns, like, brown, right? Yeah. So I was like, this is unappetizing. And she was sitting in it, and I took a picture of her because I didn't post anywhere because she's, like, you know, she's like, naked in it. But and I sent it to my husband. I was like, Gummo, 1997. God. Like, it's just like that scene. But I genuinely love Gummo, and I love Spring Breakers. Spring Breakers.
Oh, I do too.
Josh loves Spring Breakers, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I quote that movie all the time. So you know that when he's on the bed and he's like, "Look at my shit."
Look at my shit. I do that too.
I look at my movies and I'm like, "Look at my shit."
Look at my shit. I got my dark tannin oils. Got my nunchucks. I remember watching that with my ex, and like the part when she sticks the gun in his mouth, he got up and he just walked out and went to bed. He's like, "I'm not watching this."
Oh wow.
It sucks. So.
The ending is amazing too. I love
so
that.
Good.
Do they all die? Do they all die in the end? Is that how it ends?
He does.
Yeah, not all of them.
Yeah, they don't all die. Most of them go back home or whatever. Yeah. But I thought it was a great movie. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have an issue with them. I did see there was a kids screening here at the New Bev, and I went to see it. That was the first movie I ever went to see by myself. It was just a few months ago.
Really?
And I was like, I hope I get it. That was also the movie that made me realize I need a cane sometimes because of my back issues. Because I was standing in line and I was like, I don't think I can stand anymore. I might have to sit on the disgusting ground.
Ooh.
And but I did get in, and it was really cool to see it it was a sold out show at 2 p.m. on a Friday.
I want to go to the New Beverly so bad.
Come visit. You can go to
I
work.
got
We'll
to.
go to the movie.
Got to.
You should. You can come visit anytime. I mean, if you don't mind 9,000 kids in the house.
Why would I mind that? I live in a house with 9,000 dogs and 4,200 cats.
Right. So, so we got a fairly comfy couch.
I'm a big fan of couches. I've lived all my life on couches.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll go to the New Bev.
Yeah, God, I want to go there so bad.
Cool.
You guys know what it is, right?
Where? No, I haven't heard anything about it. Where is it? For one?
Repertoire Theater in Los Angeles. Quentin Tarantino owns it.
Yep.
Okay.
They show everything's on 35 millimeter.
Real film, baby.
The other day I saw Fantastic Planet and Heavy Metal.
Oh.
I didn't much care for Fantastic Planet. That movie is very French.
You have to be very high to enjoy Fantastic Planet. Yeah,
I
that's
mean, I was high on Percocet because
Yeah.
I have back issues and I'm on Percocet 900 times a day, but not in like a fun way. So it's just like, okay. Like my friend Brian was with me. He's like, I'm going to bed. Wake me up when Heavy Metal's on. You go right to sleep. But I mean, I love Heavy Metal.
I love Heavy Metal too.
Yeah,
It's so good.
That was the reason we went with.
In like 1991, maybe, I saw a double feature of Heavy Metal and The Little Mermaid.
That's
what?
I was at there was a science fiction convention in Oklahoma City called OCON that I went to a couple of years in high school, and that was their midnight double feature, The Little Mermaid, which had just come out, and Heavy Metal.
92 probably.
92? Yeah, okay, yeah, right in there.
I could be wrong, but that sounds more correct to me.
It was an amazing double feature.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal is so good.
Oh, God, I love that movie. I love that movie. Then The Fifth Element is just a ripoff of it.
I gotta say that last story, though, it's like, okay, guys. But you know, my favorite thing about Heavy Metal is like the Lochnar or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to kill you, but here's 7 vignettes.
Yeah. Let me, before
and some of them don't even teach you a lesson. This one is just aliens getting high on cocaine.
Yeah.
No lesson to be learned there. It's like, but I'm evil. It's like, no, you weren't even in that story.
Well, John Candy just randomly appears.
The friend that went with me, he was like, I remember the first time I saw this movie, I was 12 years old and I rented it because I knew it was a cartoon with John Candy. It was not a cartoon with John Candy I thought it would be. What the hell? Jesus. So,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, you should come. It's a good little place. We got
I need to. I have never been to California.
You've got a place to stay.
And it's 10% of the country, and I've never been there. I just don't know how I haven't done it.
I love it. I'll never leave, regardless.
My wife and I just got back from Pasadena and Long Beach. So we
you were
just
right
got back
next to me. I'm in Burbank, so Pasadena's like literally 2 towns over.
It was great. We loved it.
What were you doing there?
We went to Monsterpalooza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's funny. I know a ton of people who went. I did not go. I was just like, I've had a lot going on, so I was like, I'm not going to go to that this time around. So, but it was, from what I understand, very fun. So it was cool. Usually really fun. So
yeah, it was good. It was crowded as shit for sure, but yeah, it was a good time.
They have one called they have one coming out called Midsummer Scream, which is usually pretty cute. But I like there's one in December, Midsummer Scream, but it's the Christmas one, Season Screamings or something like that. And I love Christmas. Nate, you should know that. I'm very into Christmas, and I go bonkers for it, and I love Christmas horror stuff. So it's like right up my alley. And I went, and it was so fun last year. So I'll probably go again this year. But I did skip the Monsterpalooza this year. But you were like 10 minutes away from me.
Yeah, it was great. I'd definitely go again for sure. We're actually all going. Yeah, okay. And then what next? No, not this next Sunday, but the Sunday after, we're going to Crypticon in Kansas City.
Yeah, we're all going to be at that. That's going to be fun. I'm trying to remember who all is going to be there. Beatrice Boppold is going to be there.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember who all there were going to be. But PJ Souls.
Oh yeah.
Oh hey, I've met her before.
Oh really? Is she cool?
Yeah, she was nice when I met her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm see if she'll autograph my Halloween.
I'm sure she will. Yeah. I loved her in like Carrie, like her outfit in Carrie.
Oh yeah.
Like, all the rainbows and stuff. I was like, that's such a good outfit. Yeah. I'd wear that like right now. I just watched Sleepaway Camp the other night.
Oh God.
Pride, and that movie is very gay.
Oh yeah, that movie's incredibly gay.
Ending aside, I'm supposed to buy that any of these people are heterosexual.
All the guys are in the little tighty shorts and crop tops.
Oh my God, my son was watching it with me for a few minutes, and then he like left. But he was watching the part with like the cooks when they're like, "Hey, I called them baldies" or whatever. Yeah. He was like, "What the hell is this?" It's one of the best slashers of all time, actually. It's so good. I'm obsessed with that song at the end. I keep listening to it over and over again. It's so good.
It's a shame that the sequels are not that good.
There's one that's pretty good, and I can never remember which one it is.
The second one's okay,
but then they revamp it into like something. I think it's that one that was good. I'm gonna have to like sit down and watch them all.
So the thing the other thing is, Felissa Rose is the star of the first one, but the character's played by Bruce Springsteen's sister in the other two, in the second and third one. Yeah.
Maybe I did know that actually. I think Felissa Rose is so beautiful in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you saw my tweet too when I was tweeting through it, but a few years ago at that horror trivia, there was somebody dressed up like the Aunt Martha character, and he nailed it.
Oh,
like the hat, the ribbon, everything, and I was losing my mind. And of course, Rebecca, who is one of the hosts, she was like, "There's a picture on there," but I'm like, "Yeah, from like 6 years ago, though. I'm not digging through the Facebook to find that." I was hoping he would be like, "That was," because he like added me after that, and I was hoping the guy would be like, "That was me, and here's a picture," but he did not, and I wasn't gonna be like, "Can you post a picture for me so that I can see it?" Like I remember what it was. But I might rewatch like the whole series just to,
it might be time to do that again.
Yeah.
My problem is it's hard to rewatch too much stuff because I have too much stuff I have to watch. I have too much new stuff.
Honestly, the only reason I watched it is because my husband was sick for the last few days, so he was like, "I'm going to bed early," and I was just like,
I do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So my wife has a smaller section of horror that she enjoys than I do. So it's always, if she's still up or she's home, then it's what haunted house thing can we watch or something. And then when she's gone to bed, I'm watching some batshit thing from Japan where people get their eyes poked out. So
Centipede horror.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Red Spells Red is pretty good too.
Yeah, I still have yet to watch either of those.
You should.
Sitting on my shelf collecting dust. But yeah, I definitely need to break into it.
Centipede horror is fun. It's crazy. It's no demons, baby.
I don't love stuff like that.
I
if I want to throw up, then I'm just like, I'm not in it for the throw. That's why that horror, the body horror thing for me is so tenuous, because it's like I love The Brood, which is like a pretty disgusting movie.
Yeah.
Right? But then I'm just like. Like even Audition, I'm like.
Oh, I love Audition so much. I love Audition so much. Takashi Miike, early in my marriage, did something that altered my life, and that was he did the Masters of Horror episode Imprint, and so I watched it with my wife, and that was the point where she said, "You don't get to just pick movies for us to watch anymore. I don't trust your picks, and we will be looking at what things are and discussing it." So.
I remember that. Fritz and I are pretty much on the same page with stuff. Very rarely, but he like the few clunkers we've watched, I've noticed he's picked up. Like he was like, "We're gonna watch Swiss Army Man." I'm like, "This movie is."
Oh my god.
This movie is what I call a boy movie.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I thought it was
it's
ridiculous.
bad to be gendered about stuff, but like things like there are certain things that I just feel are boy movies, and that is one of them.
Because it had like farting in it.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
I don't
just
either.
like, okay.
I guess I'm not a boy.
Well, you're
like,
you're really not.
No, you just have good taste.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So it's just like I'm supposed to believe like this lady didn't notice this guy's in her backyard. Like
Right.
that's just stupid to me. Whatever. I don't know. But yeah, everyone, and he was the one who wanted to watch. It was like the Cronenberg's son. I haven't seen Infinity Pool, but I don't love his stuff.
Okay, so I loved Possessor. I love Possessor. Oh, I love Possessor so much.
Bad at her job.
I was not a huge fan of Antiviral. Loved Possessor. I thought Infinity Pool was very interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I'm Alexander Skarsgård.
I have to watch it. I have to watch it again. I'm telling you, I'm still gonna say seeing him is traumatic.
I loved that whole thing. I was like, these people are insane. Like, that's what I wanted to say. These people are just insane. Like,
Yeah.
log off and get a therapist.
We're all big Mia Goth fans here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why we were.
Love her. I don't know if you follow Amalia, but her Poltergeist and Paramours did a whole X/Pearl collection and really good clothes, but also nice eyeshadow palette for the ladies in your life, or if you like wearing eyeshadow too. It's not anybody can wear it, but pretty good stuff. But I like Mia Goth a lot.
Yeah, I love the fact that she's decided that she's not gonna like dye and paint her eyebrows anymore, and people can just think she doesn't have any, and that's fine.
Yeah, she's great. She's very, very unique. But I do like that she talks like a haunted doll.
Yes, I absolutely love her voice.
She's like that. There's that meme with the doll. And it's like, "Oi, Mister," or like whatever.
Yeah. Oi, Mister, are you my father? Oi, Mister, you my father?
Oi, Mister, you need pop, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like what she sounds like. I like her though. I think she's great.
Yeah, me too. Me too. She's. I don't think I've seen her give a bad performance.
No.
Everything I've seen her in, I've loved her in. Here's something very funny. So when we watched Pearl, I avoided reading, for X, I avoided reading everything. Yeah. For Pearl, for Barbarian, I just didn't read anything about anything. So to the point where for Barbarian, I was like, oh, he's in this? I didn't even know who the cat was. But for Pearl, for some reason, my brain thought that it was a prequel about the younger person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then it was 1920, and I was like, wait,
what the fuck?
and Fritz was like, what? And I was like, isn't this a prequel? But when did X take place? And he's like, Colleen, it's a prequel about the old lady. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Wait a minute, was she a vampire? Why is she not?
I was so confused for my brain didn't catch up at the time. I was like, and he's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. I thought, did X take place in 1950? I didn't know. But that's just me being dumb. So anyway.
Okay, folks, do we have any final thoughts on Frank Hennenlotter, whom we sort of discussed?
I love him. I could talk about him all day, but obviously I could talk about him and then go into a tangent about completely different things all day too.
This happens to us all the time. We start talking about something and then we just, whatever. I don't know. It's like the 5 people who hear this enjoy it, so it's okay.
To be fair, with Frank, his whole thing is these movies rule, watch them, and there's not really much else to say about it.
I do want to say that I actually, so I was making a joke, but I'm also kind of being serious that there is something being said about the drug problem in New York City at the time. I do think there's there is that subtext, but if you don't see that subtext, it doesn't matter. It's still fucking hilarious and gory, so.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said about all of them. We just didn't say it.
We didn't say it. That's why
but really, they're all good. I really want you guys to watch Bad Biology and then report back to me. I really do at this point. So,
I'll have to find it.
That Severin release comes. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but when it does,
I think
try to watch it.
Yeah. Casey, anything else you want to add? Anything you want the folks at home to know?
Not really.
No.
Just be easy on your wallets at the end of this month because Vinegar Syndrome and Severin are both going to have stuff out. So Vinegar Syndrome will have their new stuff drop on the 1st like normal.
Yeah.
They've got 17 new partner releases.
Jesus.
And then they're going to have a subscriber week sale. So every day they're going to have some different crap on sale, kind of like they did at the beginning of the year. And then it's also going to coincide with the Severance sale that's starting on the 30th of this month.
Lord, don't they know rent is due?
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know what these people are thinking.
Things on the 15th.
Yeah.
Damn them for having a business.
Bastards.
But yeah, that's all I got. Just...
Josh?
Well, at the end of the month, Vinegar Syndrome.
What's going on with the fam?
I don't know. They're hanging out.
All right.
Still alive.
All right. Wait. It occurs to me, I haven't seen your wife and kids in weeks. And Jennifer used to pop in sometimes while we were recording, and you keep insisting that they're still alive.
Family missing. Family missing. Head of family keeps recording podcasts.
Look, if the police knew they were missing, it would interfere with the podcasting.
We have to talk about brain damage.
Okay, guys. Oh, wait, what?
You always skip me, bitch. I'm the director.
Hey, what do you want to say?
I think it's worth noting that we have an official release date of Beneath Us All, directed by Harley Wallen, starring Sean Whalen.
Friend of the show.
September 19th. It's going to be released, and it's received a lot of nominations at film festivals and won several awards.
Yeah. We're very excited about that movie. So Harley Wallen's been on a couple of times, and Sean Whalen, who is awesome, has been on. And this is a film they're doing together, and we've been excitedly awaiting the release date. So we're very
excited. And I also think it's worth noting that at the end of this month, Vinegar Syndrome's going to be having her sale.
Okay. If you've enjoyed this, think about subscribing, giving us one of those 5-star reviews, and maybe following us on one of our socials. We're Bloodfest Pod on Facebook, at Bloodfest Pod on Twitter, Bloodfest Podcast on YouTube, Bloodfest The Podcast on TikTok, and Bloodfest The Podcast on Instagram. We're also on Pinterest and God knows. I think, aren't we on Friendster maybe? And MySpace? MySpace. Yeah, we're starting a Pornhub soon, so that'll be up there. You can always join our Patreon to get some free shit that's probably not better than the free shit you get without paying for free shit. And be sure to tell your friends about us. This has been Nate. Catchphrase.